You have spent the last decade of your life holding your breath. You treated the present moment not as a place to live, but as a waiting room, a temporary inconvenience you had to endure until the real life began. You told yourself that the oxygen was at the top of the mountain. You convinced yourself that once you signed the paper, once you held the degree, once the numbers in the bank account shifted into that specific, magical configuration, the great cosmic anxiety of being alive would finally settle. And then it happened. You won. You arrived. The notification popped up on your screen. The handshake happened. The deposit cleared. But the confetti didn't turn into fulfillment. It turned into ash on the floor. The applause faded faster than the echo in your own mind. You went home, you sat on the edge of your bed, and you waited for the feeling of completeness to wash over you. But it didn't come. Instead, a profound, ringing silence filled the room. And now, you are standing in the VIP section of your own life, holding the trophy, and you are terrified. You are terrified because you are realizing the most dangerous truth a human being can learn. The view from the summit is exactly the same as the view from the bottom. It's just colder. The wind is harder up here, and there is no one left to blame for your unhappiness. This isn't just burnout. This isn't just imposter syndrome or a need for a vacation. This is the existential collapse of the narrative you built your entire identity on. You treated the future like a savior, waiting for it to come and rescue you from the insufficiency of the present. But the future came, and it was just Tuesday. It was just another day ending in Y, with the same sun setting and the same face looking back at you in the mirror. We are going to talk about the void that opens up when the chase ends. We are going to dismantle the lie that becoming is more important than being. Because right now, you feel like a ghost haunting your own success story. You feel ungrateful, broken, and deeply alone. And we need to find a way to make you corporeal again before you dissolve completely. To understand this emptiness, we have to look at the architecture of human hope. We are creatures who are terrified of time. We are terrified of the sheer, absurd randomness of existence, the fact that we are biological accidents floating on a rock in infinite, indifferent space. This reality is too heavy to carry every morning. So, to cope with the terror of a universe that offers no inherent script, we write our own. We create a linear mythology. Struggle leads to achievement, which leads to salvation. We convince ourselves that happiness is a destination, a place with coordinates that we can navigate to. This is the arrival fallacy. But viewed through an existential lens, this is actually a denial of death. We chase achievements because we want to build something permanent in a world that is fundamentally impermanent. We want to be stone statues in a world made of water. We want to carve our names into the bedrock of reality so that we can say, I was here, I mattered, I was real. When you chase a goal for years, you are not just chasing a result, you are organizing your chaos. The goal gives you a north. It tells you who you are, the climber, the student, the entrepreneur, the artist. It simplifies the agonizing complexity of freedom. It gives you a reason to get out of bed that doesn't require you to confront the absurdity of your own consciousness. But when the goal is achieved, the structure collapses. The north disappears. Suddenly, you are surrounded by 360 degrees of horizon again. The silence returns. And in that silence, the questions you outran start to catch up. Who am I if I am not striving? Does any of this actually matter in the scale of deep time? If I have everything I wanted, why do I still feel like I am missing the only thing that matters? Modern culture weaponizes this existential dread. It sells us the idea that we are projects to be completed, rather than phenomena to be experienced. We are taught to commodify our souls. We are told that our value is directly tied to our utility. If you aren't growing, you're dying. If you aren't scaling, you're failing. We have turned our lives into businesses, optimizing for efficiency and output, forgetting that the ultimate output of every life is exactly the same: silence. So when you finally hold the prize, you feel empty, because the prize was never the point. The chase was the point. The chase distracted you. The chase was a drug that numbed you to the passing of time. The trophy is just an object. It has no magical properties. It cannot hug you. It cannot tell you that you are loved. It sits on the shelf, gathering dust, a physical testament to the fact that you spent years running toward a finish line that was actually a cliff edge. You feel betrayed. You feel like you bought a ticket to paradise and were dropped off in a parking lot. But this betrayal is necessary. It is the breaking of the shell. You have to realize that the meaning of life is not to be found in the outcome of your actions, but in the texture of your actions. You have been worshiping the future self, sacrificing your present self on its altar. But the future self is a false god. It never arrives. There is only ever the now, and if you cannot live in it, you cannot live at all. So, here you are. The confetti has been swept away. The silence is deafening. The dopamine has crashed. What now? The first step is to stop mourning the death of your illusion. The emptiness you feel is not a defect. It is a clearing. In Zen philosophy, the cup must be empty to be useful. You have spent your life trying to fill the cup with accolades, thinking that if it was full enough, you would finally feel whole. But you were just capping the well. You were trying to solve an internal spiritual hunger with external calories. It never works. You must shift your existential anchor from the destination to the absurd walk. Albert Camus imagined Sisyphus, the man condemned to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity, only to watch it roll back down, as happy. Why? Because the struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. The meaning is not at the top of the hill. The meaning is in the sweat on your brow. It is in the feeling of the stone against your hands. It is in the moment you turn around to walk back down into the valley. It is in the acceptance that the boulder will always roll down, and that is okay. You need to stop asking, "What did I achieve?" and start asking, "How did it feel to be alive while I was doing it?" This is the rebuilding in the dark. It requires you to find sanctity in the mundane. You must learn to love the Wednesday afternoons where nothing happens. You must find the sublime in the cup of coffee, in the way the light hits the floorboards, in the conversation with a friend that has no agenda. You must reclaim the time you sold to the future. You are not a resume. You are a consciousness witnessing the universe. When you detach your self-worth from your output, you become dangerous in the best way. You become free. You can still achieve things, you can still climb mountains, but you no longer do it to prove you have a right to exist. You do it because it is in your nature to climb. You do it for the play. You do it for the dance. You do it because you are alive and you have energy to burn, not because you are trying to earn your place on earth. You already have a place. You are already here. The void you feel is simply the space where your real life is waiting to begin. The version of you that needed the trophy to feel safe is dead. Let them die. Mourn them, but let them go. The version of you that remains is the one who can look at the empty sky and not feel small, but feel connected. A wide landscape shot of a person walking down a long, open road at dusk. They are not running. They are walking slowly, looking around. Achievement is a punctuation mark, not the sentence. Do not let the period at the end of the sentence stop you from writing the next paragraph. But this time, write it in your own handwriting. Write it without worrying if it will be published. Write it because the ink feels good on the paper. Write it because the act of writing is the only thing we truly possess. The applause is for the ego. The work is for the soul. There is a beautiful, terrifying freedom in realizing that no one is keeping score. The universe is not waiting for your next quarterly report. The trees do not care about your follower count. The ocean does not respect your job title. The stars are burning whether you succeed or fail. Return to the small things. They have been waiting for you while you were busy trying to conquer the world. The irony of the empty trophy is that it reflects your face. Look at it. Really look at it. That face, tired and confused, is the only victory you ever actually needed. You are here. You survived the climb. You survived the pressure. Now, try to enjoy the walk down. The air is thicker down here. It is easier to breathe. You are enough, even when your hands are empty. Especially when your hands are empty.